What's up guys, Scott the Life Artist back with another video. It's funny calling myself the Life Artist, but it's a name I've chosen and it's a name I will stick with. So what did I want to discuss with you guys today? Today I wanted to speak about discrepancies and that you must allow your discrepancies in order to avoid blunders in your life. Now what do I really mean by that? What I mean is man, like we all make mistakes, we're all not perfect, and that's okay. It's okay to have a little addiction, it's okay to be a little insecure in this area, it's okay to not be so fucking perfect. It really is. But if you go into a perfectionism idea, then you're gonna have a hard time of it because we're humans. And we're always failing at being perfect because we're always trying to be perfect, and perfect's not really real. So for me, let's say, let me give you an example. Let me be vulnerable. I like freaking nicotine. I like putting it in my gob, in my lip. Makes me feel good, man. Find it clears the mind. And it's basically just like a nicotine patch before your mouth. And I like it. Now, is it healthy? I don't know. I enjoy it. It gives me a lot of emotional benefit. Is it an addiction? Maybe. Probably is an addiction to some degree. But I don't really consider it unhealthy, despite what others say. I'm not trying to be perfect for others. I have discrepancies. I have insecurities. I'm evolving. I'm incomplete. I'm on my way, right? And, some moments in the day, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe none sometimes, I'll get irritated. My guts will flare up a bit and I'll be a bit annoyed. 5-10 minutes. And before I used to judge that, maybe just as a chain reaction of events, someone walks in front of you and a blast, you get the wrong message, wrong time, whatever. You get irritated. Like I used to judge myself for that. It's like, oh, I shouldn't feel this. And then I would get pent up anger because I would suppress the irritation, like the slight anger. You suppress slight anger 2, 3, 4 days, some people do it for years, you're gonna get a red face and be angry. And afraid of flipping all the time and afraid of other people flipping because that anger's been demonized so much. So for me, I've forgiven myself when I feel irritable. I kind of go underneath it and just find ways to comfort myself or relax, spend a bit of time with myself to like calm my energy. And I may be still reactive in those moments. I may not be the perfect, again, illusionary perfect idea of what Scott is and his grandness. I might not be that, but sure as hell, I'm having a better time of it than if I suppress it and push it down and then blow up and have all these fits, right? Anger, blah, blah, and it gets all heavy. It's okay to be a little bit sharp sometimes, a little bit snappy. That's okay. A little minor discrepancy is forgivable, right? And the paradox is when you forgive your discrepancies, you'll forgive it in others. When you see other people a little bit irritable, the guy might have just had a rough couple of hours, a rough day, right? We don't always have to psychoanalyze ourselves going, what's wrong, I shouldn't be irritable. So spirituality can give the idea of like perfectionism, right? Of having this like holy light body that just eats fucking earwigs or shit, doesn't eat anything, doesn't say anything, just ums and ahs and always in peace. And that's awesome, right? I think we are evolving to more responsiveness and less reactivity. But you don't have to wait to be perfect in order to start living your life. That's the message. So that's it, short and sweet. Embrace or accept your discrepancies to avoid your blunders, right? Don't let things build up and give yourself such a hard time that you end up spilling out on the other side, right? Like man, I remember when I was in Bali, a place I might be going back to soon actually. When I was in Bali, I remember it's about 10 years ago, I didn't drink because I had made a judgment few years before that it was like wrong and it was unconscious, but there was still an innate feeling to drink. I mean, I was like 24, 25, right? I'm 35 now, much better looking, but back then I was so young. Must be good to yourself, guys. I was so young that of course I wanted to have a drink. I grew up around drinking. I still had that innate desire to go, but I never just gave myself permission to have maybe one or two once in a while, right? I remember in Thailand, I refused to drink and I would get angry, afraid of what would happen, right? Afraid of what would happen if I had one or two drinks. And sure enough, it got to a point where I was in Bali where I was like, fuck, I feel so isolated. I just want to drink. Because I did. I just wanted it. And because it had built up for so long, I ended up going to a bar, started speaking to the locals, some American people, some Australian people, and before you know it, 5 hours later, I am blasted. Like, I'm throwing up. I'm like, give me this, I'll smoke it, go on the back of someone's moped to the other side of the island. Thank God there was a good-hearted, responsible person there. It was like, Scott, you should probably go home. Don't go to the other side of the island right now. And I listened, I went home. But that night, I was like throwing up, like badly. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh man. Like, I didn't really have that much of a fun night because I kind of just came out ugly. It came out like 10 freaking shots, 2 beers, smoking a bit of this, like smoking cigarettes, like, and just being like way too overpowered by that energy. Because I suppressed it spilled out. In the morning, I was rocking a freaking hangover like nothing else. I was like, oh man. And what I learned from that, reflecting back, because I still went into freaking, I'm not gonna drink, blah, blah, blah. But now when I reflect back, I was like, man, I should just giving myself a break. The discrepancy of needing a drink. Give myself 1 or 2 drinks once in a while just to socialize and lube up, right? But I didn't. And then I caused myself the blunder of going out and going overboard in a way I didn't even enjoy it. Like, I lost myself that night. I wasn't really having fun. So where are you being hard on yourself? Where can you forgive yourself? Right? Do you have a right to forgive yourself? You can forgive yourself. And loosen up and don't try to be so perfect. Right? Because you will create a blunder. You suppress something long enough, you're either going to get unwell, right? Because it's so suppressed. You're depressed. It's down. Or it will splurge out, right? And then you'll react against that. Going, I told you drinking's bad. No, it's not bad. Because you build it up to be so bad, but when it came out ugly, right? That's the difference. So, sorry for showing my mirror there, but that's a discrepancy of this video. So that's it, guys. I wanted to share that story. What discrepancies in your life can you be more forgiving towards? Please let me know in the comments. And what kind of blunders have you experienced through pent up discrepancies? Whether it be emotions or actions you wanted to take and then they blew up in your face. Let me know. I love you guys. This is Scott, the Life Artist, signing out. Me and my mirror are saying goodbye. And adios. Love you guys. See you later.